Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining this session today. I'm Lance Huang, Education Lead at Agora. As a leading real-time engagement platform powering meaningful human connections, we provide the building blocks to many edtech companies, allowing them to customize their online learning platforms and also embed interactive video in all the calls, real-time messaging, and also recording in their applications. Today, I'm very excited to share our thoughts and observation on how to supercharge online learning with real-time engagement. In this session, we will discuss some of the challenges in online learning and also the value of real-time engagement in online education space. We'll also go over some of the case studies and also practical ways to implement real-time engagement. Elaborate on the value of human interactions, we need to first look at some of the challenges of asynchronous learning, where students are often learning alone with static content like pre-recorded videos without any human interactions. Although it offers a certain degree of flexibility to students, asynchronous learning may not be the best way to engage them because students typically don't receive any instant feedbacks or personalized guidance. They may not be able to participate in live collaboration or any interactive learning activities in real time because they often study alone, not able to work in teams, not to mention project-based learning. And it also requires much more self-discipline on the student end because they are not receiving enough supervision or guidance from teachers, and they may lack motivation from interactive learning activities. And this is what actually making some of the education providers very frustrated because they see a lack of student engagement and a low course completion rate. It also has business impact, especially for commercial providers, as they see low paying customer conversion rate and also retention. It hurts business, especially for those who offer learning as a subscription model. They may see a lower renewal rate as students are not engaged and less committed to staying on their platform, continue learning. For some of the education providers, they may also miss some monetization opportunities as asynchronous learning doesn't fully capture student demands. There are students' needs who needs live interactions and also instant feedback, and they would love to pay at a higher price to getting those kind of instant feedback and also interactions. And there's no lack of examples of this in the commercial setting. For example, MOOC providers. According to a recent study by researchers at MIT, cohort-based courses where there is actual human interactions between the students and also the teachers have a 96% of completion rate compared to just 3 to 6% for open online courses. Another example can be Duolingo, which is a fantastic learning app. However, most of the content is still asynchronous as of now. According to Duolingo Forum and some of the reports from tutors, the course completion rate of Duolingo is pretty low, is 0.1% for Duolingo Tree, which is what Duolingo can offer to students for a certain language. And actually, 80% of Duolingo's revenue comes from only 4% of its users, meaning that a lot of Duolingo's users are actually using that platform for free. So Duolingo may miss some of the monetization opportunities to serve those students who want to participate in live sessions. Another challenge for online learning is around the adoption of AI tutors or chatbot. Although we are seeing more and more simulation technologies being deployed in the field, we are still having some of the limitations. For example, they cannot answer all the questions because AI typically only provides standardized or canned responses. They may not be flexible or intelligent enough to address every question from a curious student. And student may not be able to get sufficient guidance. Take language learning as an example. Although AI is already used in oral assessment to measure the accuracy or fluency of students' oral language capabilities, but it may not be able to provide specific instructions on how to pronounce it right, to give proper guidance on how to curl the tongue, how to bite the lips to get there. Last but not least, AI tutors also lack emotional intelligence because they don't have feelings, they are bots. While human teachers are very skilled at building confidence in students and help them develop social emotional skills. So realizing these challenges and limitations, there are many companies already taking stances to maintain human interactions in their education solutions. One of the example is Babel, which is a language learning provider based in Europe. Their main offerings was pretty much like Duolingo, which is asynchronous content, text-based, or pre-recorded video. However, they recently launched live instructor-led courses to better capture customer demands. And it also creates new revenue stream for them. Because in the past, where everything is asynchronous, they may only charge $10 for each user per month. While in synchronized learning mode, where sessions are often live, they can charge over $100 per month per user. So I'm looking forward to see Babel quickly ramping up their revenue. Another example is ProctorU, which is an online proctoring provider. They are recently discontinued their AI-powered solution, and they are bringing human proctors back to the field because AI often flags possible cheatings too frequently, creating a lot of false positives. And it may also penalize innocent behavior. For example, when the test takers are talking to 4-year-old kids or reading the questions loud, or there's dogs barking in the background. And AI may also fail at the facial recognition for ID verification purposes because it's less accurate in identifying women and dark-skinned people compared to other groups. So in short, I believe there are still many limitations on how AI or simulation technologies, because they cannot fully replace human teachers or proctors and play an equally important role in teaching and learning. So far, we have gone through some of the challenges in education, especially in the online environment. So what's the solution? At Agora, we have seen many education providers addressing these challenges by leveraging real-time engagement. They are bringing human interactions back into education by enabling synchronized learning, which is often in the format of interactive video or audio calls, real-time messaging, and also live streaming. And here are the two main reasons why real-time engagement can play an important role in education. From a pedagogical point of view, it enhances learning experiences and outcomes, and is recognized as one of the most efficient ways to engage students. Through human interactions, educators can establish positive teacher and student relationships, provide mental support to students, and also foster a sense of competence. It can also boost student retention, and it's especially important in higher education field because we have seen many cases of high dropout rate. From a business point of view, it also adds commercial value as it creates a new revenue stream that can complement asynchronous learning offerings. It also increases customer lifetime value by either offering a new premium product or enhancing the current user experiences while reducing some of the churn rate. And if we zoom in to see how it enhances learning outcomes, we can easily find that real-time engagement helps to create a community where students are supported by teachers and also peers. And if we have this sort of supportive community in place, students will find they are surrounded by peers at a similar level, and also teachers who are actively offering help and support to them. So they will have a sense of belonging, and also they will feel safe to make mistakes or ask questions in area of confusion. And building a supportive community also means that we can add social elements in learning. Teachers can create gamified learning experiences through the format of group competition, debate, role-playing, to supercharge engagement and also ignite the passion of learning. Compared to bots, human educators are very skilled at leveraging positive reinforcement to encourage and also motivate students. So after all, we all know receiving a compliment in front of the whole class is way different and more exciting than receiving that from a bot when you're studying alone. So I believe learning is a journey, not a sprint. And this sort of supportive community can help motivate students so they can keep the momentum of learning. As the adage says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Another value of real-time engagement is it can foster social emotional skills. Via human interactions and also social emotional learning, students can develop emotional intelligence, build confidence, and also show empathy. Through these kind of activities and also practices, they can learn how to express their feelings and also maintain positive relationship with others. Teachers can also leverage teamwork, collaboration, and also other social activities in real time to help students develop these necessary skills. Real-time engagement and also human interactions also allows educators to invest in students' relationships, which yield stronger academic results and also effective classroom management. Another value of real-time engagement is it allows teachers to deliver personalized guidance and opens more opportunities for more attentiveness. And this is being recognized as a truly student-centered approach for teaching and learning. And as we all know, each learner can be unique and different. They may come from different age groups. And for example, you cannot go deep into grammar questions with children, but some of the adult learners cannot proceed without understanding it. And these language learners may also have different goals or interests. For example, some may want to ace language proficiency test, while the others may want to learn a new culture or upskill or have better career options. So although adaptive learning engines are very powerful and advanced nowadays, but human educators still do a better job at providing personalized and individualized content to students that meet their personalized needs and also related to their lives. However, if we see bots, they're often programmed to a canned response. They often provide feedbacks in terms of right or wrong. And human educators can often provide feedbacks in richer context and in much more details. And they are also very skilled at providing mental support to students and also encourage them or motivate them with positive reinforcement. And for language learning specifically, real-time engagement also allows us to create an immersive language learning environment for these type of students, which is also be recognized as one of the very best ways to learn a language. And this means students can practice by speaking with peers and also listen to others speaking back. And this process of generating a response and also constructing sentences help bring function like that of a native speaker. So indeed, this is how we learn language in the first instance. All of us learn our mother tongue simply by surrounding ourselves with it. And in online learning scenarios, students often have chances to directly talk to native speakers, learn an authentic way of speaking, or even develop an accent, which can be hardly achieved from learning from a bot. And it's hard to imagine anyone mastering public speaking skills or to gain fluency by chatting with a bot instead of human beings. Real-time engagement also helps students to be more connected to a culture at a deeper level, and it can also foster culture awareness. Even if you read a story happening in other country, this is very different from hearing a real person talking about the cultural events and also activities that are a core part of their lives. And real-time engagement also allows students to react to dialogues that they may not be fully anticipated. So it's pretty common since real-life scenarios are rarely by the books. Some of them can only be learned from interacting with human beings and native speakers. And there's no substitute for actual person-to-person dialogue for acclimating yourself to the natural twist and also turns a conversation can take. So the outcome that we are trying to avoid is someone who spent years studying from books or flashcards, getting a perfect score in grammar and reading, but is unable to express themselves in front of real people. So real-time engagement is a great solution to prevent that from happening. So far, we've covered how real-time engagement improves learning outcomes. Let's see how it adds commercial value to education providers. First of all, it can be a great engine or driver to business growth, and we can leverage that to generate new revenue streams, which complements asynchronous learning offerings. It can also unlock new business models and monetization opportunities so we can fully capture students' demands. It can also help to increase customer lifetime value by enhancing the overall learning experience and while reducing the churn rate, allowing the students to stay longer at your platform. We can also leverage that to offer premium services, live sessions, which usually we can charge students at a higher price tag. So in the next sessions, we will go through some of the case studies on how commercial players have leveraged real-time engagement and achieved great business success. Youdao, a public company listed on New York Stock Exchange, can be a great example of an edtech company monetizing real-time engagement and also generating new revenue streams. Originally founded in 2006, Youdao offered a free translation software, which is basically an English to Chinese dictionary. And as the translation software gained traction, Youdao gradually accumulated a large user pool. Although it estimated a strong presence in the market, it has been struggled with generating revenue since the sole product is a free tool. So back at the time, majority of the revenue were coming from advertisement, which is not a best way to retain customer. So the year 2014 was a turning point for Youdao as they marched into the online education market by offering Youdao premium online courses, which featured live interactive classes for language learners. And as that gained popularity, Youdao continued to branch out, embedding more real-time engagement, and eventually offered a suite of education products, as you can see from on the right-hand side. And they cover many aspects of learning, from tools like a mobile note application, hardware translators, online learning platforms that teach math, coding, and other languages, to cloud infrastructure that serves as the backbone of supporting all of these services. And this pivot and shift to real-time engagement has proved to be very successful for Youdao, and their business has been taking off in the past several years. And real-time engagement has continued to be one of the main drivers of their revenue growth. If we look at their financial reports, their revenue from live classes in Q3 2020 was around 112 million USD, which is a 240% increase from the same period of time in 2019. And the paid student enrollment of Youdao premium courses, the live sessions, also increased from 240,000 in Q3 2019 to over 600,000 in Q3 2020, which is nearly tripled. And real-time engagement has also allowed Youdao to optimize their revenue structure and also improve user experience. From the graph on the right-hand side, you can see on the gray curve, the percentage of revenue coming from advertisement continued to decline over the past 4 years. And this has dramatically improved the user experience and enhanced the customer retention rate. So this is a great example where human interactions and also real-time engagement has supercharged business growth of an education provider. Another example is Hello, which is a close partner and very important customers for Agora. They have been very successful in creating a virtual community with social interactions to engage students. So first of all, think about why your students or kids like to play online games like PUBG. Part of the reason is that it's a social activity. They are teaming up with their friends to combat with foes. So same technology can be applied to learning and education as well, since learning together with friends is totally a different experience than learning a language with strangers. So as a language provider, Hello is very smart in incorporating these social elements in their daily teaching, and they created a more dynamic and engaging learning environment. So they offer both one-on-one private chat sessions and also group lessons with native speakers. They offer this type of group lessons where students can invite their friends to join the same sessions with them and practice together, overall making their lessons more engaging and more affordable. And they also open this hop-on options where teachers can invite their subscribers to join the stream for free and practice together. Since their teachers are pretty much like internet celebrities, students can choose to tip their tutors and donate coins to support them and send premium messages on live stream. So this is a great example of how real-time engagement has accelerated the acquisition of language and also cultural fluency. Another example is Profly, which is another Agora customer. They are based in Ukraine, and they have been very successful in penetrating the US market as well, because they have been leveraging real-time engagement to democratize language learning with a global network of tutors. And they offer one-on-one sessions and connecting students with native speakers. And their key value propositions are twofold. First of all, they have very affordable prices, since students can learn with professional online tutors from over 180 countries, and often at a lower price compared to learning from a US-based tutor. And their tutoring sessions can be as low as $4 to $5 per hour. And they also offer a very diversified learning experience, since students can choose tutors based on their nationalities. In this way, they can hear stories from a specific culture. They can also choose tutors with different specialties, for example, in different occasions, whether to learn a language for business or for test prep purposes. And they have tutors with different kinds of accent, and each with unique teaching content and office style as well. So this is how real-time engagement increased accessibility to learning resources and also diversified your learning experience. Another example is Babel, which is another language learning provider based in Germany. They have been very successful in doing business because they already sold over 10 million subscriptions, and their company has already realized 150 million in recognized revenue in 2019. And they also offered to direct to consumers and also to business enterprise users as well. And they have adopted this concept of flip classroom, where students can learn static content, for example, their grammar, their vocabulary, their sentences structures on their mobile platform, while they can also practice speaking in live classes which maximize their time of speaking. And Babel also offers very cost-efficient live classes, as it's more affordable compared to on-site, in-person learning, since there's less overhead. So online learning, especially learning online, also offers flexibility in terms of scheduling. So it's beneficial for both students and their lecturers as well. So this is another example showing how real-time engagement has encouraged students to practice language speaking skills in a different setting. Another example is Education First EF, which is a leading language learning providers with a global network of over 600 schools, and they have offices in over 100 countries. They specialized in language training, and they offer exchange programs so students can go abroad and experience the local culture. Education First actually went through digital transformation, especially during the pandemic when international travels were banned. So they have initiated these blended learning and also mix the best of two worlds. How it works is that they combine in-person group lessons with one-on-one online sessions. So their students can attend the lessons at their physical brick-and-mortar centers and also choose personalized online sessions with skilled teachers. And this has multiple advantages for students, as they can enjoy the interactive and collaborative in-person learning, while they can also benefit from the flexibility of online one-on-one live classes. So they can easily book a session, they can save commute time from home to the learning centers. So this is another example of how real-time engagement or hybrid learning can offer great flexibility to both educators and students. Another example is Osmo, which is a company based in Palo Alto, California. They were acquired by Byju's, leading tutoring providers in India. Osmo has been a very popular tool. They were used in over 35,000 US classrooms, and they provide tablet gadget and also physical game pieces to create hands-on and gamified learning experiences for kids. So students can play with physical game pieces. They can draw, they can code, they can spell, and they can also use these type of pieces as Lego pieces to build all kinds of amazing things. So their gadget, as you can see from the right-hand side, is a red mirror that can be attached to the camera of a tablet, and it can reflect what's happening on the table, which allows the cameras to capture all the students' creation. And they have also recently launched Osmo Live, which is a remote online session allowing teachers to engage kids in real time, and also enables students to interact with the whole class using real world objects. And to me, it's a very innovative idea of leveraging real-time engagement to transform how children learn and bring gamified learning experiences to the next level. Last but not least, Remind. Remind is used by 80% of public schools and over 2 million teachers. They offer a communication app that connects educators with parents and also students via text messages and also audio calls. So real-time engagement allows them to diversify product offerings, as they launched Remind Coaching recently. And they start to offer these one-on-one video-based tutoring sessions with interactive whiteboard experience. So they have the certified tutors who are working with students to identify some of the challenging areas, develop their problem-solving skills, and also improve the overall understanding through personalized guidance. This offering does not only build academic confidence, but also supports learning beyond the classroom. Not to mention, it created new revenue streams for Remind. So from the above case studies and best practices, we have covered both academic and commercial benefits of real-time engagement. So how should edtech companies embed real-time in their offerings? So So here is a framework that you can consider. Education providers can consider boosting student engagement by introducing interactive elements in the 3 pillars of learning: the lesson, the assessment, and also the assignment. We can consider adopting project-based learning and motivating students to solve meaningful real-world problems. We can also leverage online breakout rooms and interactive whiteboards to conduct group discussions and also real-time collaboration. And in the assessment, formative assessment has been a great tool to see how students are progressing towards mastery and also their learning goals. And I've seen many educators leveraging flashcard, gamified Q&A in a team competition setting to supercharge student participation while enabling real-time engagement like interactive audio or video calls. And for the assignment, we can ask a student to turn in video assignment instead of sheets of papers, so they can verbally demonstrate how they arrive at an answer, like if they were to present in front of the whole class. This does not ensure original work, but also allows educators to pinpoint area of confusion of a student. For education providers interested in embedding real-time engagement in their applications, using one-size-fits-all software solution may not be the best option for them. And for those with IT development capabilities, building an online learning platform can be a better option since it gives you the flexibility of full customization based on your customer demands and your unique use cases. It also gives you the option to brand your own online learning platform. And it also enhances data privacy since personal identifiable data and other sensitive information won't be exposed to other SaaS vendors. And as for the implementation method, there are 2 options. Basically, one of them is being use open source WebRTC solutions. And we have seen many of our customers having challenges in reliability of scalability. And that's why they have been switching to us, because some of the open source solutions, they may not work at a larger scale like lecture halls. And they may work in a certain region, but it may be hard for some of the education providers to expand globally or to any new markets. So I believe a better option can be partnering with PaaS providers like us, because you can leverage the expertise of these providers to accelerate your go-to-market initiatives. And we often provide student engagement tools, so you can call the APIs and easily embed them into your application. So as a leading PaaS provider in real-time engagement, Agora has supported many leading education providers, and we have provided building blocks for them to embed live interactive video or audio calls, messaging, and whiteboard into their application. Right now, we have already over 2,000 active customers, and they have built over 10,000 of active apps based on our platform and our solutions. And we are right now empowering 50 billion minutes of human connection in each and every month. And what has set us apart is our reliability and scalability, since we have 0 system-wide downtime in the company's history since we were founded back in 2014. And since we have over 200 points of presence globally, and they create a private network overlay that avoid traffic congestions on the public network, we enable synchronized learning with very low latency, which means there will be fewer delays, freezes, or glitches. And our solution does not only work for a smaller class setting, but also for large sessions where there are tens of thousands of viewers at the same time in a class. Therefore, you can focus on growth hacking instead of worrying about the technical capabilities of your online learning platform. So here are the real-time engagement component that companies have embedded with our solutions and allow teachers to communicate with students virtually in real time. We have video or audio calls, messaging, and recording, which allows students to review and play back their live classes or live sessions. We also have online breakout room, which allows for a group discussion or team competition. We also provide our customers with data analytics tools, which allow them to monitor the quality of communication overall. They can check the reliability of their network. They can check the latency or frame rate of each session. And here is an example of how edtech companies leverage our solutions and to customize their online learning platforms while embedding human interactions with different class sizes and different teacher-to-student ratio. And the first three are very straightforward. We have one-on-one private chatting. We also have one-to-many smaller scale and one-to-many larger scale where it's happening in interactive lecture hall scenario. And the fourth and fifth is a little bit more unique and innovative. So first of all, hybrid is where online lectures are supplementing on-site teachers while providing a flexible and interactive experience. It can be a great model if you run brick-and-mortar learning centers and want to scale your business without many full-fledged, well-trained educators, since it solves the shortage of experienced teachers while also reducing some of the overall teacher training cost. The last one is online breakout room, which is pretty similar to hybrid, but multiple teachers are doing support and teaching online. And one lecture is often paired with one or more teaching assistants who answer questions and also manage group discussions or activities. And Vipkid is an example who is a language provider providing one-on-one private learning. It can be a great model to maximize student engagement and allows individual attentiveness and maximize the student practice time. And Vipkid has been very successful as a unicorn in the education space. They have already received over 1 billion total funding. They have accumulated over 100,000 teachers, and they have 5 million classes every month. And what they do is they connect Chinese students with native speakers based in North America. So they offer this one-on-one private chatting by enabling high definition engagement. And also, since we provide unparalleled visual or audio clarity, it can increase customer satisfaction and also loyalty while decreasing some of the customer support cost. And since every call is international between China and the US, they need a very reliable solutions to close the gap between students and teachers. And we have Agora, we have over 200 points of presence deployed globally. That can be a great solution to help them achieve that. Another example of this is New Oriental. They have been a public company with over 1,000 learning centers. They are adopting this hybrid classroom setting where they are supplementing on-site teachers with online lectures to provide a flexible and interactive experience. And the benefits of this model is actually they can augment classroom experience since the online teachers can enhance textbook learning with a specialized knowledge where to complement the on-site teacher's knowledge. It can also be a very cost-effective way of doing business because hybrid classroom solutions can help solve the shortage of experienced teachers while reducing the overall training cost. They can also easily share some of the contents leveraging Agora's whiteboard, since we support multiple formats, including dynamic PPT, Word, PDF, and HTML5. The last example is TEL Education Group, which is another public company based in China. And they adopt an online breakout room, which is another very interesting model, providing opportunities for small group discussions in the context of a larger education setting. And here's how this works. An online lecture, which is often an elite teacher with many years of experience, will be coupled with one or more TAs. And a large number of students will be divided into subgroups. Each of those will be assigned with a TA providing personalized support and managing interactive learning activities within that group. And this is a great model to supercharge student engagement with group discussions, team collaboration, competition, and it can be a great way to improve customer satisfaction and student retention in a large class setting. And this model has also an improved unit economics because it offers great scalability and it optimizes cost structure compared to one-on-one private learning and small class settings. So to recap what we have covered today, we have mentioned some of the challenges of online learning, especially in the asynchronous format. We have also covered limitation of AI tutors, and we've gone through the benefits of real-time engagement, what the benefits it can bring to students, how it enhanced learning outcomes and bring commercial benefits to market players. So as a vendor witnessing the rapid business growth of many edtech companies, leveraging real-time engagement, I strongly believe in synchronous learning and the value of human interactions. And I think the next breakthrough in improving student outcomes is being driven by the integration of human instructors empowered with technology tools. So if you want to learn more about real-time engagement and Agora solutions, we have a virtual booth set up in the online portal. Our sales team can walk you through some of the product features and also show you some demos. We also prepared a solution brief here on how to assemble virtual interactive classroom. So please feel free to scan the QR code and download it. Thank you again for joining this session, and I hope you have a great rest of the day attending ASU GSV. Thank you.